Solve to execute SQL queries and functions is use SQL Server. One. While creating a function, an error displays. Create function must be the only statement in the batch. That happens if there are more statements in the query window as here displayed. Solution. The function needs to be the only function in query window. If there are more statements in the function, surround it with go to make one in the batch at start and end. Frame the function body is here and the error is resolved. 2. Executing a table-valued function doesn't return data rows, but an empty table. While you create a function, you should provide a length for varchar variables and parameters that you use. If you use varchar with no length, that results a string of 1 character by default. See the yellow highlighted at left pane displays the parameters length to varchar1 by itself. Here the value for department with @dpt passed as argument in the function defaults to just 1 character as status graded. As the function is executed, the value @dpt passed in the call is truncated to just 1 character, displaying no record but empty result set. Solution. Always provide a justified length for each parameter while creating a function. To verify, create a function, getEmp by depth, the parameter @dpt passed in the call should have the required length capacity to occupy the respective values for the column department. Look at the function script below. Four. Message 216, level 16, state 1, line. On executing a table-valued function, an error message comes up. Parameters were not supplied for the function. getEmp by depth. Solution. To avoid the error, parameters were not supplied for the function. Use parentheses in function call in the cases. Your function has no parameters. II function has parameters. Given is the example on executing a function. Message 313, level 16, state 1, line. An insufficient number of arguments are supplied for the procedure or function getEmp by dpt. The error 313 pops up as you try to run the function using with a SQL query as given here. Solution. As depicted, the function design and the execution rate assists with eliminating the error while making the execution smooth. The function should be designed with an argument which assists to pass the parameter value as required. Example is given here. Look at the function script to the right. The output is retrieved with no error, as the function is executed with the argument as here. Six. 1. Message 102, level 15, state 1, line. Incorrect syntax near declared variable price, expecting parentheses on or variable. 2. Message 155, level 15, state 2, line. Decimal is not a recognized cursor option. 3. Message 178, level 15, state 1, line. A return statement with a return value cannot be used in this context. Note, all 3 is used for one reason and still have a single solution to investigate. While creating a SQL function, you may come across the issues as displayed here. Solution. For all the three issues mentioned, the solution is to keep the basic variable declaration syntax appropriate using iterate symbol. Everywhere the variable should be used in the function body as shown here. Declare iterate variable name, data type. While creating a function, declare the variable using declare and specify the variable name with iterate prefix and proper data type. Now the function stops giving errors as the execute button is hit to finalize the function creation. Seven. Message 4145. Level 16. State 1 line. An expression of non-Boolean type is specified in a context or a context where a condition is expected near parentheses. The query department field equating to Boolean is invalid expression syntax. The department field first needs to be associated with a variable to keep with a valid expressions. Solution. To handle the issue, pass another argument variable whose name assigned iterate depth in the data type assigned as nvarchar, which is the same data type for department field in the table. That needs to be queried in where clause as given here, and the function is created smoothly with no further errors. Eight. The displayed issues faced while dropping a primary key column as illustrated here. 1. Message 5074 level 16 statement line. The object PK province is dependent on column province ID. 2. Message 4922 level 16 state 9 line. Outer table drop column failed because one or more objects access this column. Both of these use display while dropping the primary key column if the constraint name isn't used while dropping the column. Solution. Dropping the primary key constraint needs the syntax as shown here. Alter table province names. Drop constraint PK province. Note, we can find the name of the primary key constraint as given if you're not sure on that. Solution in bottom. Nine. Altering a column to an identity column in a table leads to error as given. This is 102, level 15, statement line 27. Incorrect syntax near province ID. Solution. For an existing table to add an identity property to a column, first, 1. Drop the existing column, and 2. Recreate it with the identity property as here. Then, message 8156 level 16 state 1 line. The column city was specified multiple times for tab per request. The error is thrown as our database fails to identify city and country columns from two different tables while performing a join in given query. Solution. We need to add column aliases in the query as here. Column aliases are the temporary names to read columns while running specific queries. This makes output data readable and easy to understand while dealing with joined queries. In this example, the column aliases are assigned to the column city and country for both the tables. As the query is executed without error and the result set will display with these aliases as the column names in the display's table structure, enhancing the readability. Message 102, level 15, state 1, line. Incorrect syntax near parentheses. The error is thrown as our database fails to identify 1. The output of inner query as a table here. 2. City and country columns from two different tables while performing a join in given query. Solution. 1. We need to assign a table alias to the inner query. 2. We need to put column aliases as well, which are temporary names to the columns while running the query, In this example, as the column analysis are assigned three columns, city and country for both the tables, the query is executed and the error is removed, while the result set will display with these aliases in the table instead of the original column, while enhancing readability. Message 515 level 16 state 2 line cannot insert the value null into column province ID. Table learn db.dbo.province names column does not allow nulls. Insert fails. This is the SQL behavior when an identity column is tried to fill data as given here, while trying to insert data from patient's table to province names table, and an error is displayed. Insert queries having the province ID field to get the data filled up, but select doesn't have a respective value to fill. Solution. An insert statement commands SQL to add a row to the table province names. Here SQL column province ID need not to fill data from patient table as it will autofill. To find out how that happens, right click the province ID column in SQL Object Explorer and get the column properties menu. That will display identity equals true, identity seed equals 1, identity increment equals 1, allow nulls equals false in the screen. It will auto-insert province ID values at each insertion, starting from value 1, and it will keep on incrementing values by 1 as already set. Remove province ID column from the query and keep others as earlier. The insert query runs well with a success message. 13.1 Message 120 level 15 state 1 line. The select list for the insert statement contains fewer items than the insert list. The number of select values must match the number of insert columns. 2. Message 121 level 15 state 1 line. The select list for the insert statement contains more items than the insert list. The number of select values must match the number of insert columns. Both the errors thrown are the examples of putting up an insert query with mismatched number of fields in select statements. Solution 13.1 To resolve message 120 level 15 state 1. 1. Here the query editor misinterprets the query and displays the number of the message. The issue is in insert statement as the autofill identity column is present in the list to make the error. Ensure that the number of columns in the select statement matches the number of columns in the insert statement. Note, province ID is in the table. Provinces is an identity column which autofills up data, so that's not needed to specify in the query. The insert statement should match items count to insert same as sort list items as in the query here. Solution 13.2 To resolve message 121 level 15 state 1. 1. The select list for the insert statement contains more items than the insert list. Ensure that the number of columns in the select and insert statement matches. The column province ID is listed in the insert statement is an identity column in the table. Provinces which auto-fills up data so should not be specified in the query. The insert statement should match items count to insert same as select list as in the query here. 14. Message 102 level 15 statement line. This error occurs whenever a select list is kept inside a parenthesis while querying a simple select or using select with insert or other statement. There may be more instances when this issue can be raised. Given below examples on two cases. Solution. To solve, just put
the select query list outside the parenthesis while querying a simple select or using select with insert statement. This simply eliminates the issue. Check both the below examples. 15. Message 544, level 16, state 1, line 55. Cannot insert the explicit value for identity column in table provinces when identity insert is set to off. Insert into provinces, province ID, province name, basic ID city, values 125 on 1212 Dundas. Solution. This is displayed column property screen. It's achieved from the left pane after right clicking the column province ID in the table, and that shows the identity attribute of province ID column, which was already set to auto increment by 1. So, the column province ID will always auto insert the incremental value as an insert query is executed to add a row. Now remove the province ID field from insert statement as the identity column. We'll do that automatically in the table, and that fixes the issue.